to you live from the Sphinx Industrial Supplies Arena for some midweek action in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. It's Coventry Sphinx versus Sporting Khalsa, and we are just moments away from kick-off. It's going to be an intriguing night of football in the free-spired city. Let's start off with taking you through our team news, kicking off with the home side, Coventry Sphinx, starting in goal. Number 1, Zach Hedge, making his debut on loan from Nuneaton Borough. Number 2, Joe Percy. 3, Callum Martins. 4, Luke Downs. Number 5, Lewis Guest. 6, Callum Whiteside. 7, Jordan Hayward. Number 8, Jack Downs. 9, Matty Shipman. 10, Kyle Carey. And number 11, Max Johnson. Subs for the Sphinx of 12, Dylan Parker. 14, Sam Ellis. 15, Dowie Pavlinsky. 16, Antonio Cristofaro. And number 17, Sam Jackson. And for Sporting Khalsa, number 1, Sam Arnold. Number 2, Andrew Parsons. 3, James McGrady. Number 4, Dom Perkins. Number 5, the captain, Tesfa Robinson. Number 6, Todd Ferrier. Number 7, Che Tilt. 8, Sean Williams. Number 9, Kervin Ellis. Number 10, Tumani Sidibe. Number 11, Richard Batchelor. And on the bench for the Lions, number 12, Gurjit Singh. 14, Brett Lloyd. 15, Delano Reed. 16, Jonathan Letford. And number 17, Luke Bastable. Be careful how you say that name. And for the first time today, we'll be able to keep you up to date with what's going on around the grounds in this league. Because thanks to the brilliant app that we're using called Football Web Pages, we're able to bring you live scores from the pitching in Northern Premier League tonight. So the matches include AFC Rushden Diamonds against Bedworth, Boldmere St Michael's against Loughborough, Cambridge host Quorn, obviously Sphinx against Khalsa. Hinckley LRFC take on Sutton Coldfield, Rugby against Corby Town, that's just started, and Walsall Wood against Gresley Rovers. So we'll let you know what's going on around the grounds. We're more interested in what's happening here. The whistle was blown, we're underway at Sphinx Drive. Coventry Sphinx kicking from right to left in their traditional strip of sky blue and white. Khalsa in a changed kit of red and black. And Kervin Ellis looking for an early effort on goal. Player well known not only at this ground but in this city. They're playing for both Coventry clubs in non-league. It's a simple gather for Hedge in the penalty area. Hedge coming in for Keelan Fallows, who's enjoying a holiday in August, as you do. More shot by Hedge. Floats over the head of Matty Shipman and claimed by Sam Arnold. Arnold all in green tonight, and Hedge looking pretty in pink. Volley towards the right side of the park. Back where it came from, but only as far as Hayward. Williams in with a challenge in the midfield. Whiteside, stabbed into the ground by Carey. Now Matty Shipman, space on the left for Martin. Callum Martin, delivery, backheeled by Tesfa Robinson. Only as far as Downs, who couldn't take it beyond McGrady. Now the chase is on for Khalsa. Tilt. Dom Perkins, a former Coventry United captain. Ball to the edge of the area, nodded down by Guest, and one side gobbles it up before Sidibe could do anything about it. All that from Johnson. Didn't have the legs on it, but thankfully Downs was there. And sent left to try and match the run of Hayward. That's a perfect ball. And now Jordan Hayward looking for an option in the penalty area. Covered off, and he's got Martin down the left-hand side. But it is in towards Matty Shipman. Heads it behind to Johnson. Steadies himself. And the attempt, I think it was more of a pass than a shot, is charged down by Dom Perkins. McGrady. Almost convincing of kicks from Arnold, and stumbling on it is Batchelor. Downs couldn't get there in time, and it is Arnold looking for Williams down the right. Just beats Martin in the air, but first of the seconds is Luke Downs. Jack Downs, through ball to Matty Shipman. He's still got to beat Robinson. Hayward behind, path covered off. And finds Jordan Hayward. Crossing opportunity. Hayward drills it across. Who's there at the far post? It's Kyle Carey, but skied by Hayward as it's put back across the penalty area. Hayward's got to hit the target from there. But it was beautiful play from Coventry Sphinx, taking several swipes at it. It wasn't as though it was a particularly easy chance for Hayward. He had to take it first time, never an easy skill to pull off. But Coventry Sphinx could well be in the lead after just 3 minutes. But it's a promising start for John Woodward's men, along with Sean Thomas. I say John Woodward's men because he was there against Gresley and Tomo wasn't. He was in Italy. You'll be asking, where are my 3 points? And Sean moves into the gantry there. I hope he's all right. Woodward. Squares for Carey. He went to the ground. But he was tripped by Perkins. Referee says no, but Hayward continues, looking for another go at it. This time gets it on target, but it's a comfortable save for Arnold. Martin. In the midfield, he's got Hayward to his left. He's covered up by Williams. Cautious run by Martin. Now he gets going. Callum Martin's delivery into the grateful grasp of Arnold at the near post. No one home for the Sphinx. Early goal in the match at Butlin Road. Rugby Town 0, Corby Town 1. And Hinckley now lead Sutton Coldfield 1-0. Fast and furious action in the Northern Premier League Midlands. Johnson. Shipman shields it well from Robinson. Slots Martin a little bit of space towards the halfway line. And he is asking a little bit too much from Matty Shipman there. Shipman accepts the apologies as the ball thunders out for a goal kick. A fair bit of action in the professional leagues tonight as well, including Champions League qualification and EFL trophy matches. So we'll let you know what's going on there. But at the moment, after 5 minutes in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands, it's Coventry Sphinx 0, Sporting Khalsa 0, but Sphinx have definitely had the better of the action. Will that change? You've Sadibi down the right-hand side, and behind him it's Callum Whiteside who sticks ahead and nods it out. Throw in level with the penalty area, which Sean Williams will head up to take. Ferrier. First time drive to the air by Williams. Header away by Downs. And they were looking to get Sean Williams in the action there on the right hand side, but Richard Batchelor could only find touch. Martin. Ducks down for a bit to Williams. Now Sadibi. Push from behind by Callum Martin. That wasn't a foul. That certainly was, though, from Luke Downs, catching the shin of Tumani Sadibi. Downs being called over. No doubt he was going for the ball, but the ball was gone. And an early yellow card for Luke Downs, 6 minutes in. Interesting point there from photographer Stu Guest. It says that the referee has set the standard now. Well, he's got a point. Challenges like that. Now the referee is going to have to brandish the yellow card. Khalsa take a quick one. Todd Ferrier standing over it, and they're going to take a quick one with Andrew Parsons back to Ferrier. It's a low cross. Williams couldn't get a touch in it. It was towards Robinson, but hooked away by Matty Shipman. Back into the midfield with Ferrier. Nod to the cross and headed back where it came from by Downs. Perkins, who you'd assume would have been in and around that penalty area. Sizable presence. Tilt. Can't beat Downs in the challenge. Jay Tilt bagged 3 goals at the weekend in that emphatic 6-1 victory over Heanor Town. Can he replicate those feats tonight? Ferrier rolls it into the centre circle with Andrew Parsons, who's not been happy with his team's performance, and he won't be happy with that pass either, cut out by Guest. Now Hayward has got to take on the big number 2 and leaves him for dust. Towards the penalty area, covered up by Sidibe. Low effort, lofted clear by Tesfa Robinson. Now lofted up by Williams. Batchelor. And a little trick from Callum Martin on Sidibe. And could we about to see the second yellow card in 2 minutes? Referee checks the number, and it is a second booking in the 8th minute. Sphinx already have 2 men in the book. Well, booking aside, Sphinx will hope it doesn't get worse with Todd Ferrier standing over it. And see a red shirt in around that penalty area. Ferrier launches it in, doesn't beat Martin, it's a poor effort. Carey beating his old teammate Perkins to the punch. Shipman, can he match the run of Hayward? Yes, he can, but a brilliant lunge in from the side from Ted Ferrier. Keeps Sphinx at bay when the goal was beckoning. Percy with ball in hand, looking for an option. He's going for the Gunnarsson special. He'll throw the ball from here to Willenhall, but he throws it onto the head of Don Perkins. Back with Jack Downs. Leaves Perkins behind. Can he square it? No, it's gathered at the near post by Arnold. A brilliant setup from Jack Downs. And Coventry Sphinx, in my opinion, have got a bigger attacking threat than they have done the last 2 matches. Changing things up by putting Dylan Parker on the bench. It looks like Hayward and Downs have been given a freer rein up front. Sean Williams. Ferrier and McGrady's making the run. Dinked up to McGrady. He's got options in the centre, including Tilt and Sidibe. Pulls it back. In it goes towards Tilt. Well, he's a little too short to get his head on that one. And Callum Martin sticks his boot through that one. Batchelor looks for Tilt, only as far as Downs. The miscommunication between Hayward and Johnson opens the door once again as Batchelor whips it back in onto the head of Percy, and now Carey looking to get his legs going. Couldn't take it around the sizable presence of Perkins. Through ball down the left, looking to match Ellis. Sent back where it came from by Whiteside. Khalsa starting to get back into this. Don Perkins option on the right hand side. Decides not to go for Williams and heads back to Parsons. Parsons saying, get closer. He just find Williams on the wing. Sidibe with him. To the centre, Ferrier. First time flick on. Sidibe, the wrong side of Guest. But Guest hassling and harrying the big number 5. Doing his best to try and get the better of Sidibe, and he's took the ball off him. Hedge diving onto the loose ball, and it's as you were. 11 minutes gone. Coventry Sphinx 0, Sporting Khalsa 0. This is certainly like a game that has 0-0 written all over it. There will be goals in this. Famous last words from the commentator. Batchelor nods up the goal kick. Forces the defeat of Hayward under pressure from Williams. Downline with Martin. First time away to Hayward. Max Johnson. Is he thinking about the spectacular here? No, he was looking to find Downs on the right-hand side of the penalty area. Sticking a boot in was Don Perkins to stab it away. Now Kervin Ellis. His hair has grown a lot since the last time I saw him. Holds it off well to McGrady. Sidibe's up there. Won't reach him thanks to the head of Lewis Guest. McGrady in a congested midfield. Here's Todd Ferrier. Williams waiting for it, but the ball's behind him. And halfway into Sphinx territory, the home side have a throw-in. Martin looking for options. Downs and Guest would be the simpler, but he's not going simple. He's going up range. Looking for Matty Shipman. And nodded up and out by Batchelor. Martin. Can he find up line? Looking for Shipman. Beaten midair by Tesfa Robinson, the veteran centre-back. Sidibe. Ferrier, and now it's holding the ball away from Lewis Guest. Switches the play to McGrady. All on his own, has to do the work by himself. And he's taking on Percy. Low drive into the area. Didn't beat Jack Downs. And now upfield to Carl Carey on the right. Johnson. He was looking to get it over the head of Robinson. It didn't get over his head, but via the chest it has found Shipman. There's appeals, but Shipman gets the way to Carey, squares it. Oh, and that touch from Parsons ensures that Hayward couldn't collect and have a swipe one-on-one with Arnold. Well, if Khalsa are appealing for handball against Shipman, difficult to tell from this angle. But Khalsa are getting the opportunity, they've just got to take them. Jay Tilt playing as a number 10 at the moment. Ferrier wants it, but he'll look left to find McGrady in plenty of space. Back to Ferrier, bobbles to the edge of the area. Kervin Ellis didn't even attempt to get it. I think he may have believed he was offside. Batchelor. Low header away by Percy on the edge of his own box. Now Kyle Carey, almost acting as a wing back at the moment. Whiteside, unchallenged in his own box. Back to Joe Percy, and Kervin Ellis swiftly in behind him, bundles the young right back down. Well, Kervin probably doesn't know his own strength there, but I think the one that is a free kick all day of the week. Knowing Kervin as I do, he's not one to mess with on the pitch. He'll outmuscle you 9 times out of 10. Hedge on his Sphinx debut. Flying towards the left-hand side, Parsons nods it into the midfield where Martin is waiting to mop it up. Hayward wants to defeat, but he plays it safe with Johnson. Death cross in by Johnson. It's over Shipman and put into relative safety by Perkins. Now McGrady. Shoulder to shoulder with Kyle Carey. Carey got in between the player and the ball and wins the throw, despite the protest of the Khalsa management. Right in front of the away dugout. The ball has gone over the line, and according to the linesman, who has a better view of it than we do, it's been given to the home side. Carey doing brilliantly to get his body between player and ball and taking the ball's destiny out of McGrady's hands. Launched upfield by Percy, flicked on with the head by Shipman. And Hayward looking to roll it onto Carl Carey, but couldn't get it away in time. Sidibe, darting towards the net, all on his own, shoulder to shoulder with Guest. He's past Guest, pulls it back. Kervin Ellis to strike, top corner. Kervin Ellis scores. No stranger to scoring in this city. Kervin Ellis brings Khalsa firmly into play after a strong start from Sphinx. As soon as he got the accuracy right, you knew where it was heading. A 10 for power, a 10 for the finish, and 1-0 to Khalsa on the score sheet. Kervin Ellis putting the Lions ahead. Well, it's a tough one to take for Coventry Sphinx after starting so well. But moments like that can happen in this league. You take your eye off the ball for 5 seconds, you end up behind. Well, we're back in to the centre circle and we're underway once again. Let's see what Sphinx can do to drag themselves level. This is the first time they've been behind this season. Hayward looking for the ball in from the left-hand side, blocked off by Sean Williams. Martin will take the throw, level with the penalty area on the left side. Throw to Shipman. Pass Parsons, takes it too close to test for Robinson, who clears as far as Ellis. On the edge of his own penalty area, over a kick by Ellis. Cushion header back into midfield, Sidibe nearly thrown to the path of Luke Downs, but thankfully it's Batchelor who gets on the end of it for Sporting Khalsa, from an away point of view at least. And they've got the lead. You can assume that Perkins will stay further back than he's been accustomed to in this match. He's also been playing as a central midfielder at times. Downs. Across to Callum Martin, sprinting away from Tumani Sidibe. And maybe that presence took his eye off the ball a little bit as the ball down the left-hand side is in between Hayward and Shipman, back with the goalkeeper Sam Arnold. Test for Robinson, the Khalsa captain. Now Ferrier. Swung upfield by Perkins. Ellis the target. And Whiteside holds him off long enough for it to bounce into touch. Whiteside's stronger than he looks. So just up from their own penalty area, Sphinx have the ball with the throw. Towards the head of Shipman. Gets enough on it. Didn't have the legs in it to find Carey, however. And McGrady. Ellis and Sidibe both running for it, but they won't beat Whiteside to it, who plays it safe and hooks it out for a throw, allowing Sphinx to track back and prepare properly for the Khalsa assault. Perkins eyeing up his targets. Ferrier swiftly challenged from behind by Jack Downs, stumbles to the ground, referee says no foul, and Sphinx get it away. Parsons picks it up in the centre circle, but nearly dispossessed swiftly by Hayward, and Hayward racing in. And he caused the error from Parsons. He was looking for an option on the left-hand side, but got far too much distance on it, and out for a throw, level with Sphinx's own box, which Percy will take responsibilities for. Up it goes from the Sphinx number 2, Shipman. Now can only head it out for a throw on the halfway line. Left-hand side of the field that Khalsa will attack. Down line with Robinson. Less urgency from Khalsa. You can see why. Oh, they're 1-0 up. Ellis. Hooked away by Percy. Now Richard Batchelor. Tilt up for it. Oh, and Ellis looking to siphon it through for Sidibe. Headed back into the danger zone by Batchelor. Oh, Sidibe looks to cushion it down for Coventry, but again the Sphinx defence keeping Khalsa quiet. Martin. Sidibe using his pace to keep up with him, but it's away down the left-hand side. Hayward won't reach it, and the referee doesn't give the free kick. First time clearance by Arnold in goal. Brilliant first touch from Ferrier. Todd Ferrier to Williams with a bit more space to utilise on this near side. Tilt. Ferrier again, the anchoring midfielder. Test for Robinson at centre-back, and then across to Don Perkins, the former Coventry United skipper. And to a former Coventry United and Coventry Sphinx forward, Kirvin Ayers, got the scoring going in the 15th minute. A wayward ball to the left of the penalty area, out for a goal kick. 21 minutes of play have elapsed here at the Sphinx Industrial Supplies Arena. It's Coventry Sphinx 0, Sporting Khalsa 1. Let's have a look through some of the current scores. AFC Rushden and Diamonds 0, Bedworth United 1. It's 0-0 between Boldmere and Loughborough, as well as Cambridge and Quorn. Obviously 1-0 Khalsa here. Hinckley still 1-0 up at home to Sutton Coldfield, and Rugby Town losing at home to Corby. Oh, and also Walsall Wood 0, Gresley Rovers 1. Those are the current scores in the Northern Premier League Midlands. Carey at the corner of the penalty area, crowded out. Martin, challenged all the way by Sidibe. Little hand in the shoulder enough. As Sidibe motioning that Martin dived. But the free kick's been given all the same. So the free kick A defeat of Lewis Guest. About 10 yards into Sphinx's territory. Guest, the stand-in skipper. Looking to get Sphinx back on the march. Headed away by Perkins, but it will be a throw a lot further upfield, knocking on the door of the Khalsa penalty area. Taken quickly to Johnson. Curls it to the right for Shipman. McGrady wins the header, but loses the throw just about level with the penalty area to come from the right. Don't discount the Sphinx yet. Halfway through this first half. Khalsa lead, but the game perched on a knife edge. As has every match so far this season for Coventry Sphinx. Towards Shipman. Flips on with the head, sent high into the sky by McGrady. Luke Downs. Perkins went down too easily for the referee's liking and smashed towards the near post. Brilliant parry by Arnold. Sphinx were that close. And it stemmed from Don Perkins going to ground a little too easy. You could tell he was looking for it. And it opened the door for Sphinx to have a go. It was only Arnold that kept them at bay. And now from the resulting corner, Max Johnson. Shipman at the far post. And it came off the head of Tesfa Robinson, I believe, but it hasn't gone out yet. Parsons curls it along the touchline. Nice clearance from the big number 2. Martin collects. Carey can cross. Got the first touch wrong. Didn't have the legs in it to go out. Parsons has to hook it back up. And now Ellis flicks it past Martin. Going to switch the play to Till, but cut out well by the backtracking Whiteside. Callum Whiteside. Limited options, plays it across the Guest. And Hedge, who, in fairness, could do nothing about the effort from Kerwin Ellis, plays it back out with Whiteside, who was named man of the match last Tuesday at Gresley Rovers. No action last week due to the FA Cup. Sphinx losing that particular fixture against Stourport Swifts in the extra preliminary round. Their only defeat of the season. They don't want to double up tonight. Ferrier. Sphinx stacking back. Parsons. Now Sean Williams. Off the right flank. Sidibe. Overlapped by Williams as he tracks back. Back to Williams. Khalsa at the moment with nowhere to go. They're taking it all the way to the touchline. Has to double back. Sidibe. Sphinx doing well to cover Khalsa off. Williams. Tilt. Cushions it to Batchelor. And now Perkins on the left side, driving towards the box. Don Perkins was dipping and touched onto the bar by Hedge. On the Ferrier, blasting it to the left as Martin flicked it up. Couldn't clear his lines, but via the deflection, it's gone behind for a corner. Don Perkins, a sensational looping drive towards Hedge's net. And it was the deftest of touches with the fingertips from Hedge that put it onto the bar. Well, you can hear what the Khalsa lot think about it. In by Ferrier, Williams. And out by Shipman, nodded into touch for another corner. Corner, take 2. This time McGrady standing over it. Batchelor trying to cover off the goalkeeper. Ellis' header easily dealt with by Jack Downs. Hayward sends it down the left flank, but no run made. Max Johnson knew he wasn't going to get there. Oh, fantastic match so far. Today's coverage and the coverage throughout the season is sponsored by Cahill Contractors. Thank you very much for your support, lads. And also a big thank you to Sphinx Industrial Supplies, who have slightly remodelled the gantry here at Sphinx Drive, and it is looking fantastic. Throw by Williams. And ball claims against Callum Whiteside against Sidibe. Referee says nothing doing. Cleared as far as the head of Perkins in the centre circle. Past the head of Guest down the edge of his own penalty area. Sean Williams, now Batchelor. Batchelor holding Johnson at bay, using the hand to keep him at bay. Back with Parsons. Now Don Perkins swiftly closed down by Hayward, who swapped wings with Kyle Carey. McGrady falls into the centre circle, and again Johnson can't find a blue shirt. It's Perkins the recipient of that interception. Batchelor. Perkins up towards Sidibe and cut out well by young Callum Whiteside. It's been a revelation at centre-back so far this season. The injuries to Draper and Bryson limiting the defensive options. So it's been a mixture of Guest, Whiteside and Pablinski at the back. Pablinski on the bench today. Throw straight to the feet of Jack Downs. Onto the chest of Matty Shipman, having to juggle it away from several challenges. Brilliant stuff from Shipman. On the slide, Don Perkins got enough of the player and the ball to take both, and it's safely back with Sam Arnold, the Khalsa goalkeeper. Parsons switches the play to Williams. Plenty of power behind that one, knotted up by Lewis Guest. Martin tracks back, can't keep it within the confines of the park, and that's going to be a throw-in for Khalsa. Williams throws to Kervin Ellis. Batchelor. Stabbed back by Ferrier. Ellis can hit them. He plays it safe and across to Che Tilt, hat-trick hero from Saturday. Ellis shields on the challenge in from Max Johnson, but into the path of Batchelor, who has a go. Batchelor couldn't keep the effort down. He was looking for another spectacular effort, much like Perkins earlier on. Well, this time, Hedges' heroics weren't needed. Hedge is unlucky to not have his clean sheet still intact. Parsons' header putting Khalsa into danger. And Robinson has to stab it out on this near side, just shy of the corner flag, with Kyle Carey lurking menacingly, hoping to get the cross in. A chance of Khalsa's making. Martin. It's with Jack Downs, down line to Johnson. Return to Jack Downs. Luke Downs is waiting on the area. Played across to Kyle Carey. Charged down by Perkins. Kept alive by Percy. Downs. Beautiful curling ball. Offside flag raised against Jordan Hayward. Linesman was right in line with it. Couldn't have got a clearer view. 15 minutes to go until half-time here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel. If you haven't already, subscribe for more exclusive content from the club, including exclusive highlights of this match to be released tomorrow night. YouTube.com/Coventry Sphinx to find all of your action this season. And hit the like button if you are enjoying tonight's commentary stream. Ellis. Whiteside trying to get it clear, but blocked up by Sidibe. Handball claims that the ball was right on the ground. I'm not entirely sure what they were appealing for there. Johnson. That's a ball and a half over towards Jordan Hayward. He's just about kept it in. And Don Perkins sends it into the next field, allowing Khalsa to track back. There's the throw to Johnson. Return to sender, it's Percy. High ball in from Johnson, clear shirt pull there on Matty Shipman. Referee says nothing doing. Well, if Parsons and Shipman had got any closer, this wouldn't have been a PG show anymore. Parsons. Oh, just got away from Jordan Hayward there. And into touch for the Khalsa throw, 5 yards down line from the home dugout. Good to see Sean Thomas back in the dugout after missing Tuesday's match. It's been end-to-end stuff tonight. Khalsa taking the lead through Kirby-Nez in the 15th minute, but really it could have gone either way. Sphinx have had their chances just as Khalsa have. And a controversial throwing decision there on the far side. Batchelor and Downs both feeling it should have gone their way. It's gone the way of the man in red. Oh, and a few war of words there between Jack Downs and the Khalsa number 11. Richard Batchelor not backing down from the big number 8. Perkins looking for a red shirt. Finds one in Khalsa's number 9, Kervin Ellis. Oh, look at that beautiful pirouette from Che Tilt. And plays through Williams. Angle shut off by Carey. Went for the goal anyway, and it was blocked up by Lewis Guest. Carey trying to get there before Parsons on the seconds, and it is Parsons. In from the side, Callum Martin. And the deflection coming off Sean Williams on the way through as well. Great work from Martin. Score update from the Northern Premier League. Bedford United are in front against AFC Rushden Diamonds. And also the latest goal to go in. Boldmere St Michael's leading Loughborough Dynamo. Good header by Shipman. Carey loses out. There's appeals of a push. He says no. It's up towards Kervin Ellis. Trying to trick his way past Lewis Guest. Guest using brute force to bring it back. And hooked up line by Martin. Headed back where it came from by Robinson. Guest up towards Matty Shipman. Off the shoulder of Shipman. Where will it fall? It's volleyed into touch by Dom Perkins. The man who knows these parts well. He was captain of the red side of the city. Throwing deep into Khalsa territory for the home side. Can Coventry Sphinx drag themselves level with 10 minutes to go until the break? Callum Martin with ball in hand. Shipman says, on the head, son. That's what he tried to do. It's headed back where it came from by Sean Williams. And nodded onto the head of Callum Martin by Tumani Sidibe. He couldn't have placed that one better if he tried. Parson is told he can take the throw from there. Takes a couple of yards extra. Throws to the feet of Sean Williams. Parsons. Throw towards Sidibe on the edge of the area. Met in the air by Whiteside. And Martin on the seconds couldn't quite keep it within the confines of play. That's a throw just down line from the Sphinx penalty area. We are going off air at half-time for around 10 minutes. So stay on the commentary stream. We'll just be muting the microphone. And we'll be back at 8:45 for the exciting conclusion of tonight's match. Parsons. Ellis receives. Can he double his goal tally or even get an assist here? Taking it all the way to the touchline. Challenged by his old teammate Luke Downs. Forced into the corner. It's took it past Luke Downs. Brilliant stuff from Ellis. Squares it. It's behind Sidibe. Sidibe. And off. Harrier tried to pull the trigger, but didn't have the power behind it. Floated back in towards Ellis. It's over Ellis's head. And Percy, as far as Parsons. Hooked upfield by Downs, only onto the chest of Dom Perkins. But the pass blocked off by Jordan Hayward. Sphinx are struggling to really get a run on Khalsa now. Ellis. You can see in his eyes he was thinking about it, but plays it out wide to Sean Williams, looking to use his pace to get past Martin. Well, Martin got dragged to the deck, but while on the floor, he managed to wrap his legs around Williams and play the ball out whilst on the floor. Corner kick to come for Khalsa. Try saying that 5 times fast. Khalsa can get a 2-goal advantage. And the Lions will be a lot happier heading into the break. As it stands, it's 1-0. It's towards Ellis again. And the free kick, Ellis leading into the back of Guest. Quickly taken by Hedge. Ferrier drops deep. Nods it into the Sphinx end of the park again. Jack Downs sends it down the centre of the park, and it's fallen beautifully for Max Johnson. Can he pull it back into the area? Carey's there. Down line with Hayward. Hayward's delivery. Ferrier nods it away. Luke Downs, will he give it a go? No, play it through for Shipman instead. Can he turn past Robinson? No, he had double trouble in front of him. The twin towers of Robson and Perkins keeping him at bay. But Sphinx not done yet. Ball in from the right, header away by Perkins. Back with Johnson. Onto the right with Percy. Percy's delivery. Perkins out again. Luke Downs, scut ball over to Matty Shipman. Turns and diving onto it is Arnold. Brilliant period of sustained pressure, which leaves Parsons absolutely furious with his teammates as their lead was very much at risk.
Here goes Shippo.
That's probably the best passenger play we've seen from Sphinx since the goal. Crossfield ball headed on by Williams. The chase is on now between Guest and Ellis on the right-hand side of the penalty area. Williams offering an option down the right-hand side. Williams, was there a trip by Sidibe on wide side? Referee says no. It's played into the middle with Richard Batchelor. Now with Don Perkins. Down the centre, Sidibe. Through ball for McGrady. And Hayward sensed his presence and just plays it out on that far side for a throw right in the corner that gives his teammates a chance to regroup. 5 minutes of normal time to go here at the Sphinx Industrial Supplies Arena. Coventry Sphinx 0. Sporting Khalsa 1. 15th-minute goal from Kervin Ellis is the difference in a tight encounter. Khalsa not rushing this. Ellis. Back with Perkins. Still forced away from the net, but now he's finding his way back. And Batchelor, his path covered up by Downs. Now McGrady tries to find some space for the shot and does! Stings the glove of Hedge. And Callum Martin ensures that Timoni Sidibe couldn't turn behind the seconds. Out of play for a throw on this near side. Instinctive reactions from both Hedge and Martin. And Parsons will have the throw just down line from the penalty area. No one's heading for their hard-time hot dog early, that is for sure. You don't want to miss a second of this action. Sidibe stumbling away from the challenges of Martin and Carey. Whipped in by Parsons. Unchallenged header away by Whiteside. Nodded high into the sky by Hayward. Brought down by Shipman. Still very much in his own backyard. Carey nodded on, hoping to match the run of Hayward. But Parsons is there to pick up the pieces. Hayward in for the challenge from behind. Didn't get there in time. And Ferrier will find Sean Williams on this near side. Tilt. Quick feet to keep it away from Downs. I was looking for Perkins with the switch of play, but Hayward with the interception. Percy holds off McGrady. Quick footwork by Max Johnson to keep it away from Ferrier. Now Luke Downs. 1-2 with Johnson. And Williams trying to cut across. Carl Carey and does with the lunge in. But Martin looking to take a quick throw. Johnson back to Callum Martin. Across to Kyle Carey. Swipes it past Batchelor. And again, Kyle Carey fizzes over the side netting. Half-time coming at the wrong time for Sphinx, just as they're getting their mojo back. You're right. One of the Sphinx substitutes heading past us there. Well, Khalsa taking their time. They've only got 2.5 minutes until the break. And you won't see 12 minutes of added time here unlike in some of the Premier League matches, in case there's, unless there's a big injury, which obviously we hope there won't be. Sidibe brings it down via the shoulder against Lewis Guest. Williams, and Ellis is quick, but he wasn't going to reach wide side to that. Sent out on this near side for a Khalsa throw, just down line from the penalty area. Sean Williams down line to Parsons. Kerry stepped into the challenge, and that for another throw, virtually the same position. Well, the ball boys do their work. Throw to Ellis. He's got blue shirts all around him. And he tried to get past Martin a bit too forcefully there, almost getting him in a gun wrench position. Well, Ellis not happy with the decision, but I think the referee has got that one right. Into the last minute of normal time. Can Sphinx peg themselves level with what could be the final attack of the first half? And a free kick. Robson gets his head on it, but collected on the right-hand side. Johnson back to Hayward. Hayward looking for room to cross. Percy in, and Parsons, his sizable presence on that ball. Johnson keeps it alive. Jack down, took it too close to Ferrier. Now Ellis in the midfield, ducks away from Downs. Finds Williams in space, where it's quickly closed down by Martin. Chipped up the right flank. Sidibe gets there ahead of Guest and turns his man. Guest trying to hold on to him. Referee waits. Sorry, the linesman waves the flag against Lewis Guest. He knew he couldn't beat him for pace, so he had to stop him somehow. Certainly took one for the team, did the captain, and he will be, I believe, the third player to head into the book. And 2 in the first 8 minutes. Since then, it's been rather quiet in the referee's notepad. The card Brown missed for that little pull from behind. An opportunity for Khalsa to double the advantage as we edge into added time. Delivery nodded away by Martin. It's a centre circle with McGrady. Batchelor's in there. Good strong header by Whiteside. And if Sphinx can get on the counter, they'll have Khalsa outnumbered. And Hayward has took it past Perkins. And a late call from the linesman, who claims that Hayward took the ball over the white line. Again, impossible to see from this side of the field. But the delayed reaction from the linesman must prove there was some element of doubt. And Hayward was long gone. He wasn't being caught, so you can understand why Sphinx are furious with the decision. We haven't seen the added time go up. I wouldn't assume there's going to be too much of it. We haven't had that many stoppages in the game. Sphinx were disappointed on that occasion. It looked like the counter was on. They had Khalsa outnumbered. Hayward was like Usain Bolt on rocket skis. But they were pegged back. Now Kervin Ellis looking for a route in from the left. One more hurrah for Khalsa before the break, perhaps. Ferrier. Nudging from behind by Percy. Only slows the number 6 down. And Jack Downs, he tried to put it out off the number 6, but no touch from Ferrier. It's going to be a throw into Khalsa. Level with the box. If you're asking for a man of the match so far for Sporting Khalsa, I'd say it would either be Todd Ferrier or Kervin Ellis. Put in towards Williams. And across his own penalty area by Martin. And as Guest hooks it away, The referee blows the whistle for half-time. Coventry Sphinx can probably count themselves a little bit unlucky as they're heading into the break behind. But 15 minutes in, Kirvin Ellis, the former Sphinx striker, coming back to haunt his old team. It could have been two, thanks to a brilliant dipping strike from centre-back Don Perkins, which was tipped onto the woodwork by Loney goalkeeper Zach Hedge. But it does end at half-time in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. Coventry Sphinx 0, Sporting Khalsa 1. And before we go for half-time, that's a 10-minute break we told you about. Let's take you through the current scores elsewhere in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. AFC Rushden Diamonds 0, Bedworth United 1, William Grocott with the goal for the Greenbacks. Bodmin St Michael's 1, Loughborough Dynamo 0, William Shorrock scoring for the Mikes. Paddy Webb's goal puts Quorn 1-0 up at Cambridge City. Hinkley LRFC ahead at home to Sutton Coldfield thanks to Tendai Dare in the 4th minute. Rugby Town losing at home 1-0 by Corby Town, Christopher Oti in the 6th minute, and Walsall Wood have equalised at home to Gresley Rovers. A Josh Mansell own goal putting Gresley in front before Kevin Montero equalised in the 3rd minute of stoppage time. We're going to go for a 10-minute break now here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel. Don't go anywhere. The second half is coming up. We're back on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel for the second half of this pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands match between Coventry Sphinx and Sporting Khalsa. Coventry Sphinx 0, Sporting Khalsa 1 is the current score, but don't put any money on it to stay that way. There are more goals in this match. Let's wait and see how the two sides line up. It looks like there is going to be a change at half-time for Coventry Sphinx. That looks like Sam Ellis is getting ready to head on. And who is it going to be heading off? It's Luke Downs. So Luke Downs replaced by Sam Ellis. Seeing an old mate in Curvin Ellis there, no relation. Good times together on the other side of the ring road. And Ellis, another former Coventry alumni and a Coventry Sphinx alumni as well. Played here for a few months. And now certainly settled in at Sporting Khalsa. So a reminder of that substitution for Coventry Sphinx. Sam Ellis replacing Luke Downs in central midfield. Right, the referee checks that we're good to go. For the second half, whistle blows. Let's get this party started. Round 2 at Sphinx Drive. Immediate ball over to the left-hand side for Shipman. Nods it down for Hayward. Ellis immediately in on the action. Hayward couldn't control the return ball, but he charges down the attempted clearance on Sean Williams, and Williams got the final touch. It's going to be a corner. How about that for a start from Sphinx? In fact, now it's going to be a throw right in the corner. I thought it was going to be a corner kick for a moment. So with the throw, it goes from Hayward. Shipman's up there. I think it was Richard Batchelor who got his head on that, muddled it up and bounces harmlessly onto the ground where Arnold is there to collect. Somehow now it's starting to get that a little bit colder as the floodlights take over at the Sphinx Industrial Supplies Arena. It's cold enough for our joint media officer Chris Nee to welcome a warm drink. Whiteside intercepts on the edge of his own penalty area. Ellis can't find a way through a congested midfield. Batchelor hooks it along the right-hand side. Sidibe trying to get there ahead of Callum Whiteside. Challenge in by Sidibe. Takes it out of play after hacking down Whiteside from behind. Goal kick. There were appeals from Khalsa for the corner. So what's happening in the professional leagues? It's mainly EFL trophy action. Swindon drawing 2-2 at home to Arsenal under 21s. Brighton unders are winning 3-2 at Walsall. It's 0-0 between Stockport and Manchester United. And it's 2-2 between Portsmouth and Fulham. Shipman doing well to out-muscle the defender. And now Shipman into the area, gets it back. Oh, but the ball just gets away from him and takes it too close to Sam Arnold. Jack Downs, now the only Downs on the park. His touch takes it to Batchelor. Williams now playing a little bit deeper. McGrady, covered up by Kyle Carey. Down the line to Perkins. Switching the play. Ferrier's in there. Oh, it just bounces over the number 6. Good options in Sidibe down line. Tried to flick it through for the through ball. And Sidibe tripping his man, Callum Martin. Referee says no. Sidibe tries to scrape for Curvin Ellis, but hooks away. No nonsense defending from the Blues. And the return ball bounces out for a goal kick. Well, you don't have to wait long for your next bit of pitching in Northern Premier League. Whiteside shields it back to Hedge. breakdowns. Floated up for Kyle Carey. On the right side of the box. Covered up by Sidibe. Squares for Max Johnson. The seconds fall to Carey. Johnson trying to catch the goalkeeper off his line, but brought down safely. Ellis. Down line to Tilt. Back to Ellis. Can he get it in from the right? Going on a one-man mission. Blocked off. Richard Batchelor. Awkward one for McGrady, but he has got there. Into a more central location. I think he was thinking about the strike there, but cut off by the side of Percy. Tilt, lovely 1-2. Couldn't find the route past Guest. And now Carey trying to out-sprint his old Coventry United teammate Don Perkins, and has done so. Has he got options? Across to the far post, Matty Shipman just bounced in front of the Sphinx number 9. If Shipman was a yard further up the field, then Sphinx would be level. Robinson. And wide side, no nonsense defending. With Sidini breathing back down his back, hooks it out. Apologies if some of you have experienced some problems connecting to the commentary. Hopefully everything is hunky-dory again. Perkins looking to craft the next Khalsa goal. Ferrier chests it back down for Perkins. Lofts it over the back line. Whiteside tries to shield it into touch from Sidibe and does. And Hedge will take the goal kick. Was thinking about a short one, but he's going to go up range. Launched upfield by Hedge. Ellis beaten mid-air by Batchelor. Whiteside smashes the clearance against Sam Ellis. Sorry, Curvin, I should say. And nodded into touch by Don Perkins. There to be safe than sorry. Percy takes it short to Sam Ellis. And Curvin takes it over the line. Another throw. About 10 yards into Sphinx territory. There it goes from Percy. Hayward tried to cushion it down for Sam Ellis, but only as far as Perkins. Back with Percy. Callum Whiteside. Shipman's in and around it. Shipman didn't get the contact he wanted. He was looking for Jordan Hayward. It was just to the left on the edge of the penalty area. And now Sam Arnold taking his time in collecting it. Khalsa happy with a 1-0 advantage. Well, we saw this from Coventry Sphinx last week against Gresley. One or two people thinking that Sphinx had gone defensive too early. And 25 minutes of pressure from Gresley forced the equaliser. Khalsa making the same mistake. Aimless ball from the left from Callum Martin. He's actually caught Richard Batchelor in the process, and Batchelor stayed down. Sphinx are preparing a change, as Batchelor may well need some help getting back to his feet. Well, it's Dylan Parker who's stripped off and ready to go. But Bachelor remains on the deck. Well, he's back on his feet now, good to see. Bedworth United now 2-0 up at AFC Rushden Diamonds. It's 1-1 between Cambridge and Quorn. Hinckley 2-0 up at home to Sutton Coldfield, and Corby 3 up at Rugby. Well, Walsall Wood are in front at home to Gresley. They've turned it around there. Shea Tilt. I was looking for McGrady. Brent slide in by Joe Percy. Kyle Carey on his own has to turn away from the challenge of Tilt. Finds Jack Downs. Floated over the back line. And Robinson nodded away from the waiting Sam Ellis. McGrady. And launching into the ball was Whiteside. Connected with the back, but launching in the wide side was Sidibe. Free kick 10 yards into home territory. Played short by Whiteside. The onus is now on Sphinx to prize the lead away from Khalsa. You can see they're going defensive now with still half an hour to play. Downs. It's with Callum Martin. Squares for Max Johnson. Now Ellis turns away from the challenge. Tries to return to Max Johnson. A bit of a melee in there, but Sphinx have got it back. Johnson to the right. On low effort from Max Johnson. Wasn't finding its way through a crowded penalty area. Tried to skin it along the deck. Clearance from Khalsa gets the distance, but it is out of play halfway into Sphinx turf for a home throw, and the change will come now for Coventry Sphinx. We know it's Dylan Parker heading onto the field. Who will it be to make way? It's Callum Martin. So Hayward will slot back into left wing back. And you would assume that Carey would head over to the left wing, Parker down the right, and a different threat for Khalsa to handle. Second change of the afternoon for Coventry Sphinx. There goes the throw from Hayward. Touched it over the line. Was it Sam Ellis or was it Kervin Ellis? It was Kervin Ellis who touched it over, so Sam Ellis gets the throw, if you're keeping up. Shipman darting in from the left, couldn't take it past Parsons. Now Williams. Oh, and Lewis Guest rather forcefully in from the side on Chaitel. Now remember, Guest is on a yellow card. I think he's got away with that one, but it will be a final warning. And there's going to be a Khalsa substitution coming up. We can see the Khalsa coaches fiddling with the electronic scoreboard on the far side. So we'll tell you who's coming on when it happens. But for now, Parsons sending over the free kick. Big number 2. Floated in by Parsons. And Hedge comes out, claims it, punches it behind. And out for a corner to come in from the left. The highlights of tonight's match will be available tomorrow evening here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel. It's been anything but a quiet night in Coventry, and you can catch the very best of the action right here. Khalsa taking their time. Jay Tilt heading over to take it from the left. It's a high one from Tilt towards Robinson at the far post. No harm done, curls out, goal kick. Shipman shielding the ball from Robinson's presence. The Khalsa change is coming. It's going to be Sean Williams to lead the field, and Luke Bastable will come on if the board is to be believed. There it is. So it is Sean Williams heading off. And basketball in what appears to be a defensive alteration will come on in his place. Now Khalsa, there it can be no doubt, are trying to shield this 1-0 victory from their hosts, but it's not going to be an easy task. Ferrier caught mid-air by Jordan Hayward. Referee says nothing doing. Tilt trying to find a way around Jack Downs. He's got pace, but Downs has the presence. Two Khalsa players trying to get the better of him. A collision there as McGrady goes to ground. Trying to get his head on a low ball. The counter attack comes to nothing. No foul for the visiting team. Arnold, he had to get that away quickly with Parker lurking menacingly in there. Only as far as his opposite number 1 in Zach Hedge.
Think about it.
Hedge down the centre of the park. Parker and Shipman going for it. Knotted up rather than out by Perkins. Carey trying to get a boot on the ball, but it's McGrady down the left-hand side. Covenants will give chase against Lewis Guest. Holds it up well. Still Ellis. Forced back into the midfield. Tilt. Turns away from Sam Ellis. Miscommunication there between Batchelor and Bastable. And allows Ellis to slide in and take it out for a throw on the far side. Gives his teammates some time to breathe. Perkins. Advantage given us. Tilt lines one up. Too much height on that one to trouble Hedge. Halfway through the second half here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel. Coventry Sphinx 0, Sporting Khalsa 1 remains the score. Not as lively as the first half of Khalsa trying to manage the game. Multi-ball system in place as the throw is quickly taken. Batchelor is first to the second. His clearance charged down. Bastable can only find Downs. We're going to float it over for Shipman. The towering presence of Parsons sends it back onto the chest of Kervin Ellis. Now Che Tilt using his pace to sprint away from Jack Downs. Pulls it back across for Kervin Ellis. A sea of blue in front of him. Behind to McGrady. Tilt in. Sadivi. Glancing header behind. Ferrier was lurking behind, but he wasn't getting to the effort. And Kervin Ellis in need of some R&R from the physio. Sphinx called over for an impromptu team talk.
Don't force it.
As will have to leave the field. Now that he's back on his feet. He'll be back momentarily. As will the rest of the players who have had a quick drinks break. It is a rather muggy night at Sphinx Drive. Thankfully the air has become not so thin. And we'll get the last 20 minutes of this match played. Sphinx 0, Khalsa 1. Sphinx looking to avoid their first defeat of the season. Well, if they get the equaliser, it would be their third 1-1 draw in a row. Carey pulls with a cross for Joe Percy. Shipman playing out wide. Holds off the advances of McGrady. Percy looking to duck and dive past the fullback. His pass to Max Johnson was wayward and collected by Tilt. Khalsa not forcing themselves to break until they're ready. That's not the ball that Tilt was looking for. Just the wrong side of the white line. And Guest wants the ball quickly. He wants to take the throw quickly. Well, he's going to play it up line to Percy. He's has to take it a few yards further back than he was intending to. Percy to Jack Downs. Crossfield ball. Hayward got to slow the ball down. Now it's with Parker. Overlapping run being made by Johnson. Johnson in, Shipman at the far post, but it was gathered by Arnold before it could reach him. Good hands from the Khalsa number 1. It's been a quiet second half for Coventry Sphinx. They've not had an opportunity on Arnold's net. Guest. Carey tracks back to ensure it doesn't reach Kyle Carey, but Guest trying to return the ball to Kyle Carey. It's beyond him. Appeals for a foul by Kyle Carey on Kirby Ellis. Referee says no. I don't think there was quite enough in it. Ferrier. Pass charged down by Johnson. Ellis in there, charges it down again, but still Ferrier hangs on to it. Sidibe loses out to Whiteside. Good challenge from the young defender. Here's Max Johnson. Too powerful that one, Percy. He just curled away from Carey at the last minute. And now, about 5 yards into Sphinx turf, Khalsa have the throw. Perkins with a hop, skip and a jump. There goes the throw. Flicked on with the head of Ellis, and Whiteside sees that one safely out for the goal kick. But time is running out for Coventry Sphinx. 17 minutes on my watch until added time begins. And Khalsa are preparing another change. It's the end of the evening for Che Tilt. He's replaced by Brett Lloyd. Hat-trick on Saturday, nil point for Tilt today, but as long as they get the 3 points, he'll be a happy boy when they head back towards Willenhall. Not the Willenhall in Coventry, the Willenhall that's just outside Wolverhampton. It's Hedge away. That's towards Sam Ellis. His header on. Doesn't have the legs on it, but the deflection takes it through. And now around the goalkeeper. It's surely got to be Dylan Parker! Coventry Sphinx with 15 minutes to go in fortuitous circumstances have dragged themselves level. But you ask them, do they care? Is it fortunate? Do they care? It could be a tap-in or a 40-yard screamer. A goal's a goal. But now on this side of the field, the referee talking to the linesman. It appeared to be the Khalsa player tried to clear. The ball was blocked by his own man, and it fell to Sam Ellis. What is the final decision? It's offside. It won't count. It will not count. The referee has ruled the goal out for offside. And Lewis Guest races up to the man in black to plead his team's case, but the decision's been made. controversy aplenty at Sphinx Drive. Back-to-back matches where Sphinx believe they have been denied a goal. The strike that was over the line but wasn't given against Quorn, and now this. Sporting Khalsa have a reprieve, but is it one they deserve? Jubilation turns to despair again, but will this be motivation for Coventry Sphinx? They're going out for a goal that can't be denied. Shipman looking for an option to the right-hand side, but cut out. Sidibe caught as he caught a march on Whiteside. The referee heads over with his little black book, and I can't imagine it's good news for Callum Whiteside. And a yellow card for Whiteside. But still, there is one moment in this match that fans and coaches are talking about. My watch, we've got about 13 minutes left. And now Khalsa can put it to bed if they can score from this free kick. 15 yards into Sphinx territory, they're going to float it in. The sizable players are in there. Batchelor gets his head on it. Who got the final touch? It's a corner. Jack Downs strolling away from his own backyard. Or towards Shipman. Robinson using him as a launch pad. Referee says no foul. It's with Dylan Parker, however. Sets it down the left-hand side. Hayward. He's got options in the centre. Hayward. It's over Shipman. Headed out as far as Percy. Out wide with Carey. Khalsa being told to stop the cross. Will they have any choice in the matter? Carey stumbling away from Perkins. No foul given. And Carey forced back towards his halfway line with Lewis Guest. Switches the play to Whiteside, and Kirby now is trying to put Sphinx under pressure. Max Johnson. Shipman's up there, but loses out to Parsons. The clearance charged down. This time the flag stays down. Shipman. Crossfield lob to Carey. Carey with an aimless ball on the volley. It's out for a goal kick. There's no such thing as a quiet night in Coventry. And this game is far from over. We can't even say it's a full moon. We can see the crescent moon behind the goal. Curving Ellis, poor touch in the midfield, allows Hayward onto it. Now playing its favoured left wing back. Looking for an option further afield, and a back rate came from by Parsons. And the substitute forced to slice it into touch. Khalsa preparing another change. They won't be able to make it yet. Shipman. Parsons again using him as a launch pad, but gets his head on the ball first. Now McCready runs into Jack Downs and can't take the ball with him. Downs dragged to the ground. Free kick to Coventry Sphinx. And straight out the other end, it's into the penalty area, deflected through. Perkins got enough on it, but collected by Carey. Johnson. Through ball for Percy. Cross charged down by Brett Lloyd, and a corner will follow. And after what Sphinx will feel was the injustice of their equaliser being chalked off, they're more motivated than ever. You can see the fans behind the goal. They want this equaliser. And they've got 10 minutes to find it. Coventry Sphinx 0, Sporting Khalsa 1. Headed over by Guest. And the substitution pending for Khalsa. Just their third of the evening. Well, they're taking their time about it, and who could blame them in their situation? Sphinx will do exactly the same thing, and it's Kirvin Ellis heading off, and he'll be replaced by Jonathan Letford. It looks like Letford's going to be going up front with Sidibe. Sam Arnold with the goal kick. Distance, distance, distance. That's all he's going to be looking for. I know that's not a location rip-off. Hayward to get past the defender. Tries to get to the seconds. Oh, it's just Shepherd into touch. Bastable with ball in hand. Launches it upfield. That's a great throw. Only as far as Guest. Johnson. Batchelor and straight back to the Sphinx defence. Kirvin Ellis' goal is the difference at the moment. Will it be the difference in 8 minutes time plus stoppages when the whistle blows for the last time? The kick from Hedge in the touch, and ironic cheers as Lloyd lets it bounce over the line from the Khalsa faithful in the William Hibbs stand. Perkins. Nodded up by Letford. Lloyd, and now Sidibe outside the penalty area with the pass blocked by his own man, Bastable. Carey shrugged aside by McGrady. Referee says no foul. Fair game from the Khalsa left back. Bastable. And notched into touch by Callum Whiteside, with Sidibe lurking menacingly around him. Strap yourselves in, lads. This is going to be one hell of a finale. Run up the throw towards Letford. Header away by Guest, only as far as Ferrier. Can he get the shot away? He does on the slide, deflected through. Sidibe looking for an option across the penalty area, but again, pinballs around the box. Ferrier takes out United, takes out Percy. Shipman. Oh, and Perkins left one in on Matty Shipman there. The ball was gone, but he followed through to connect with the ankle of Shipman. And again, Perkins. Only as far as Parker. Now Carey, get it from the right-hand side. Inside on Perkins. Inside on Lloyd. Kyle Carey. I think he was trying to slot it through for Dylan Parker to have a go, but it went too close to the goalkeeper and gathered by Arnold. 6 minutes of normal time to go, plus stoppages, of which I would say there's going to be at least 4 minutes. Goal kick knotted up by Whiteside. Will it go out of play for a throw level with the penalty area? Sidibe's trying to ensure that it does, and he's done so successfully. Another change coming up for Coventry Sphinx. Antonio Cristofaro is getting ready. Letford's up there. So is Gersten. Challenged header. Parker gets some distance on that one. Carey's behind Perkins, but he needs some help. Takes it too close to test for Robinson. Ferrier is found. And Sidibe couldn't find a route around Whiteside. But the lunge in by Letford charges down the attempted clearance out on this far side to throw for Sphinx. And the referee pulling it back as Don Perkins is down injured. Sphinx want to make a change anyway as Cristofaro is ready. And Dylan Parker still asking the question, why wasn't the goal given? Linesman and referee are not going to change their mind now, as Jack Downs is leaving the field, and that's the quickest I've seen Downs move all season. Sprinting over. The linesman dealing with Parker, but the referee is having to talk with Coventry Sphinx after some words from the crowd. Coventry Sphinx are forced to take it further down, which in fairness, it was a little bit further down than that anyway. Flicked on by Shipman. Cristofaro couldn't get anything on it, and it's back with Arnold, who does it just in time with Parker lurking behind. Remember to hit the like button if you are enjoying the match. Highlights will be available tomorrow night. Make sure to subscribe to Coventry Sphinx on YouTube for more exclusive content throughout the season. Can Khalsa make it safe? Not with that. Basketball trying to launch it in from the right-hand side. It's curled at the last minute towards the net, but no worries for Hedge, who really has had a very strong debut today. Signed on a loan deal from the Neaton Borough. Keenan Fallows unavailable today. Hedge. Shipman's going to leap for it. It's behind to Parker. Played low by Ellis, but returned by Parsons. Ferrier. Lloyd wants it. Letford. Now McGrady playing further up the field in the closing stages. Tuamani Sidibe. Three Sphinx men holding off, but he's still got the ball. Ferrier, high one towards Brett Lloyd, but it's over on this far side, nodded out by Joe Percy. And that's going to be a throw into Khalsa, just down line from the penalty area. 2 minutes of normal time on my watch. Still 1-0 Khalsa, although it probably should be 1-1. Ferrier shields well. Now looking for a route down the left-hand side. He got the corner out of it. Yes, he has. The standing leg of Carey deflects the ball out. And Ferrier is going to waste some crucial seconds in the taking of this corner. McGrady's heading over to take it as the two players in the corner trudge away. Oh, I'd say 4 or 5 minutes of added time. And Sphinx are going to need them, because Khalsa are going to waste every second that they can. McGrady, oh, that's a brilliant save as Robinson trying to head it in. It was nearly game, set and match right there as Hedges getting both gloves to it, and he had to. Batchelor barges over Whiteside. Whiteside sees it out for the throw. Last minute of normal time. Quickly taken by Whiteside. Headed back where it came from by Bastable. Pinballing through the midfield. Batchelor too close to Whiteside again. But a crowded Khalsa midfield, not allowing Sphinx out of their own backyard. Launched down the left-hand side. Shipman. He will get there. Can he cross? Matty Shipman on his own. Help is on hand. Hayward, it's a high one. And it's drifted over the line before Carey could get there. And we'll wait to see what the added time will be. If we're going to be told, we have been in the last 2 matches. I'm not sure the added time is going to be confirmed here. Whiteside nods across the goal kick towards Johnson. Little push in the back. Free kick, Coventry Sphinx. Well, the amount of added time has not been confirmed, so we're going to have to guess. Everyone's stacked around that Khalsa penalty area. Who will get the decisive touch on this free kick? It's a towering header by Robinson. Johnson looks for Kyle Carey. Headed only as far as Parker. Parker taken out by Sidibe. Flies past the gantry. And about the halfway line, it's going to be a throw-in to Coventry Sphinx. Percy heeds the screams of Hedge. Nathan Loney launches it to the left of the penalty area. Outfield with Letford. And Letford slides in. Joe Percy takes it away from him. Ellis on the round corner, trying to get on the end of it. Carey. Across for Ellis. Touch back to Sam Ellis from Parker. Ellis trying to get a shot away. Blocked on the slide by Robinson. Hedge. Early leap by Robinson and it gets the job done. And a late foul. Coventry Sphinx concede the free kick deep into Khalsa territory. Ball was gone, the Sphinx man lunged in to try and make a difference. And unfortunately, he has in the wrong way. Come to the end of the 3rd minute of added time. I would say there'd be another 2. Arnold. Floated straight over the head of Sidibe. Have Sphinx got enough time for one more burst towards the net? Launched upfield. Shipman's back there. Sent high to the sky by Batchelor, who will bring it down. Shipman sandwiched between 2 Khalsa players and launched towards the net, safely into the hands of Nathan Loney. Hedge has got to get this ball upfield. It's a low one, but tracking back is Hayward. Jordan Hayward stumbles into touch by the challenge of Sidibe, with a quick throw being blocked. I wouldn't be surprised to see Hedge get in there. Everyone back for Khalsa. Everyone up for Sphinx. Chance to whip it in from range. Didn't have the heart on it. Batchelor. Now McGrady. Handball claims against Whiteside. Is shoulder to shoulder with Sidibe. Slide in by Whiteside. Sidibe stays down, but Whiteside's got the ball. Floated up towards Guest. Guest nods it on, but it's going out for a goal kick. Coming to the end of the 5th minute of added time. Khalsa want that whistle. Sphinx dreading that sound. You have to make up your own minds whether Sphinx were done out of an equaliser. That's the beauty of video highlights. But the decision was made by the linesman and the referee, and it's one they'll have to live with. It's one that certainly benefited Sporting Khalsa. Check of the watch. Whistle stays silent. Guest Bit of holding there from Lewis Guest. Referee says no. But the ball snatched away from Sphinx. Another chance to seal it with a ball from the right-hand side. Khalsa urged to go for the corner. And that's what they're going to do, but they've lost out to Hayward. Fired across Letford. Intercepts on the edge of the area. Letford. Standing challenge made by Sam Ellis. Guest. It's their time. No, there isn't. Sporting Khalsa have held on. You'll have to make up your own minds about the disallowed goal in the second half. But the scoreline ends in favour of Sporting Khalsa by 1-0. The former Sphinx striker, Kerwin Ellis, striking home the goal, which has sealed the 3 points for the visitors. And you've seen what it meant to them at the final whistle. But I'm sure you'll hear the frustration from Coventry Sphinx, who for the second home game in a row feel that they have been denied a legitimate goal. Final score here at the Sphinx Industrial Supplies Arena in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. Coventry Sphinx 0, Sporting Khalsa 1. Well, thank you for joining us here on Coventry Sphinx's YouTube channel. A frustrating evening, I think you'll agree, but Coventry Sphinx did everything they could. Sporting Khalsa have got the points, but once again, you'll have to make up your own minds as to what happened with that goal from Dylan Parker, which never was. We'll take you through the final score around the grounds in the Northern Premier League Midlands. Before we go, so AFC Rushden and Diamonds 0, Bedworth United 3, Boldmere St Michael's 3, Loughborough Dynamo 0, Cambridge City 1, Quorn 2. Obviously here, Sporting Khalsa 1, Coventry Sphinx 0. Hinckley LRFC 2, Sutton Coldfield 0. Listen to this one. Rugby Town 0, Corby Town 6. Didn't see that one coming. And finally, Walsall Wood 2, Gresley Rovers 1. So that's all she wrote here at Sphinx Drive. And we'll see you next time for Saturday's trip. It's a long one, so there is a coach. But it will be Coventry Sphinx on the road once more in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. And they are away to Spalding United. So once again, thank you for joining us, everyone, here on Coventry Sphinx's YouTube channel. Highlights available tomorrow night. And oh boy, you're not going to want to miss them. But once again, final score, Coventry Sphinx 0, Sporting Khalsa 1. I've been Liam Cook. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll see you on Saturday.